Audio's on. Okay, audio is on.
You guys got your camera off, so I don't know who's there.
Can you hear us?
Oh, I can hear you. The camera's off. Okay, Logos, please stop.
Can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I imagine you can see me, and I have a phone call on my end. Logos, please stop. It just says your camera's shut off.
Turn it on.
No, you're good with it. Sorry. Oh, still good? Okay.
I think.
Yeah. But you can hear us.
Yes, I can.
How is it going?
Well, did you see any of that hearing that I sent you?
Well, I just got back to the office. I saw the beginning part. I was told by Northern Nevada Community Housing that they're going to go with the eviction.
Oh yeah, so they brought up evidence from January and February, and the judge said, hey, the nuisance needed to be abated, and I said, hey, Your Honor, the nuisance has been abated, and he said, I've seen enough evidence from January and February of a video that showed a woman taking a nap on my couch.
You're freezing up there, Mark.
Fair enough.
You're freezing up.
Fair enough. The entire thing is, Trudy has a copy of the entire court proceeding. It's also on my YouTube channel. But, dude, that was horrific. That was horrific. And as I said, this might bother me more if this was something new to me or I haven't gone through it. I'm just going through this process so it doesn't happen to other people, dude. No, they're not getting a rent check this month. I'm spending $300 on court fees to file the appeal, and then maybe they'll want to hit me up with another, summary eviction for failure to pay. But I'm spending my rent money on the courts, to try to get somebody to supervise what's going on in Sparks. There is no way that anybody is going to get a fair trial in Sparks from what I've seen until we get this out into an appellate court to set precedents. Not to mention that Northern Nevada Community or whatever the corporation owns this, they're trying to set precedents on how they can handle it in all of their communities. And this is not going to just be a problem for me. This is going to be a problem for many of your other clients. So I'm going at this tooth and nail. I would appreciate it if you, Trudy, would reach out to Northern Nevada Legal Aid and say that, I'm going to be calling them because I need to get past at least the first round of groundskeepers or gatekeepers to speak to somebody to see if that I can get any legal assistance on the appellate end of this.
So we can't advocate through legal services, Mark?
You guys can't advocate, huh?
I can give you the phone number, but you have to make the calls.
Yeah. So what do case managers do?
I'm sorry, you're cutting out really bad.
I said
We're
what?
gonna try to reconnect, so we're gonna turn it off and then log back in, okay?
All right.
They might not be able to.
I get it. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
You are the only participant in the conference.
I am but the only participant in this conference.
Just remember, there's not many people on
The
this
host
side
has
right
left
now.
the conference. The conference is about to end.
And these guys are supposed to, or kind of are.
I wonder what they want me to do.
Okay.
There
Okay.
we go.
Is that better?
Yep. Anyway, so okay, I'll try to get a hold of Nevada Legal Aid on my own. I was just hoping to have the skids greased a little. That's not a big deal. At the conclusion of this, dude, it's been an absolute nightmare because I went to Walmart and got a money order, a Western money order to pay my rent, right? So I had that in court with me. And then when all this went down, I went to try to, back to Walmart, hey, can I return this? And they're like, not for 10 days. And then I went with Melissa over to my credit union, and she went in with, recording it. Nevada's a one-party state. And they stated that they trespass a lot of their members, and that their trespass members have to go over to Sierra Pacific Federal Credit Union. They wouldn't even allow her to use my card to get my money out of their ATM. So then we went over to Sierra Pacific Credit Union, and they couldn't do anything. They said to try the next day. I went over there today. They tried all my different account numbers, my member number, and they said it's not working. You got to call United Federal Credit Union's national number. So I called their national number, explained the situation, and they said that the bank or my local credit union had placed restrictions on me. So they lifted the restrictions, and then I went in and, deposited the money into my account. And they put a hold on, I think, half of it, but it's still enough that I can go down and file the appeal. And because my problem was I didn't have money, or else I would have done that yesterday. But now that I have access to money, I'm going to file the appeal today. I'm going to ask them, how it needs to be served, because I'm going to make sure all my, I's are dotted, my T's are crossed. And I'm going to get an injunction of the eviction, until the appellate process. So that's where I'm at. That's what I'm up to. And then, I have money at this point that if this doesn't happen, then I'm going to get a storage facility and a U-Haul truck and pile my stuff in there and take it one day at a time.
So is that the keys apparently? I guess how do you haven't submitted that stuff through the court before? Have you done that? What kind of timeline do you think you're on?
The timeline I'm on is it by Thursday, by tomorrow, because the court's closed on Friday, and
It has to be submitted within 10 days, but we only have to.
yeah, we have to submit it within 10 days. However, lockout is Monday morning at 9 a.m.
Okay. What did we hear that the lockout
So
was?
Northern Nevada Community Housing Mark told me today that the keys have to be to them by Friday at 4 p.m.
Yeah, that's not happening. If you listen to what the judge said,
Just to let you know.
if you listen to what the judge said, yeah, yeah.
They file for lockout if they don't have them by then.
If you listen to what the judge said, they file for a lockout if they don't have them by then. I'll go back over the hearing again. And quite frankly, at this point, I don't care what Northern Nevada Community Housing has to say about anything. They made it very apparent that they weren't even willing to communicate with me, right? They didn't have any legal standings, and the judge, went for it anyway. To be quite honest, I wound up getting sequestered halfway through the hearing, which was fine. I don't think my behavior was inappropriate in the least. And looking back and rewatching that video, I'm proud of myself. I have no issues.
Yeah. Hey, Mark.
What?
We're gonna try a different computer because we can't hear you hardly at all.
All right.
We don't know if it's your end or our end. But we're gonna try one
Dude,
more time for you.
I'm on brand new Apple devices and high-speed internet at my home. I hope to Christ it's you.
All right.
Okay. No need. I heard it. Don't alert to it. It's outside. It's outside. Hey, there's no need to alert to it.
Only participant in the conference.
Who's that? Who's that?
It's just some lady.
Okay.
screaming.
Okay. All right. Where's another ring? I'm out of here.
The host has left the conference. The conference is about to end.
I'll kill you. You're a good boy. Hey, they already said that they're not really going to do anything for me, so let's just get going and accomplish this. Oh, they're back. Never mind.
There you go.
I see you now.
Yeah, I don't know what.
We couldn't hear you, so I just don't want you to keep talking. I felt bad.
No, it's all good. Basic.
All right, so go ahead.
I'm just going to follow what the judge said. I'm going down to the courthouse as soon as I get off the phone with you guys. The clerks are very receptive with me, so they do a little bit more than what the typical person gets, and I'm very appreciative of that. They also give me my videos, same day. They're an awesome group. The cops down there are cool. I got no problems in the courthouse whatsoever. It's just this set of judges. There needs to be some reckoning. And, it has to get to an appellate court to set precedents. I'll let you know if I get a stay of eviction. If not, the judge said that they should come back on Monday to get the lockout order, right? So I'm not going to kowtow to them at all. Even if they do, lock me out and my stuff is still here, then I have 30 days to file to get my property back, right? So I'm not going to allow this to emotionally overwhelm me. The biggest issue that I had, otherwise this would have been solved yesterday, was United Federal Credit Union wouldn't let me have access to my money. Now I'm in court for that tomorrow. I did 5 days, and they can't justify their actions. My other arrest for driving while revoked, they already figured out that was wrong. All of these arrests are it's not me, right? So all I have to do is essentially get through the month of May, right? And then hopefully I have some credibility, mounting. I certainly have, a better support structure right now than I've had in over 10 years, right? I know that Northern Nevada Community Housing faults me for trying to have friends and find support structures. They tell you that you're not allowed to have friends if you live in their community, but I don't think that they can legally do that either.
So you'll be working on the NNCH eviction thing, and we'll find out what the expectation is or the realities are on
So
Monday.
I can send one-way text to Trudy, and basically what I'll just send back is, I effectively got the stay of execution, or I did not. So I'm either going to be successful or I'm not, and then we just take the next step once we know where we're at.
Okay.
We'll be talking with you on Monday anyway.
Okay. Well, good. Yeah, well, Monday will be the conclusion of what happened, but there's a game plan. You know what I'm up to. Oh, and tomorrow morning, it was Kismet. I really appreciate it because they told Melissa that I had to go to Sierra Pacific Credit Union, and I went over there, and they had a vet place next door. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Anyway, so it's for veterans. It's a veteran community center, and they offer therapy. So I filled out the paperwork. And they said that the supervisor's gone, until next week. But hell, I think I might have got my own therapy set up.
Okay.
That's at the vet center, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that's really good. I do want to tell you. I think did you talk to a nurse this morning? Or
Yesterday, I
from the
think.
VA about caregiver.
I didn't know who she was, so she was a nurse.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So primary, and we did try to get it through mental health, but primary care denied the request for a caregiver.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. They said there's no, I'm just going to read you what they said to me, no activities of daily living needs. And they said when they talked to you that the person would not actually be living there, they would just kind of come and go as they please.
Who said that?
That was what we were told from the nurse person, that
Yeah.
the person wouldn't actually be living there.
Who
The
is?
person that you talked to today.
Okay, well, A, they're wrong. B, they just make shit up and write it down, and somehow that becomes fucking fact.
No, they said they won't do it. So they denied it completely.
Right, but what was the thing about him having somebody living there or not.
It said that that's what was stated to them. I could read it.
What stated to them by who?
They said that he said to them.
Yeah. That's
Are you discussing their interpretation or their misinterpretation of what was said? This is
No,
why,
he said-
this is why I need fucking advocates.
I'm
This,
just reading. Yeah.
no, I don't want you to read it to me. I don't need to hear their lies. You're just going to trigger me.
Okay.
You already know the needs that I required, and I stated it. Just because the VA gets the authority to write whatever the fuck they want in veterans charts, they ruin goddamn lives.
Okay. Well, we
So the
could.
bottom line, I guess, is that they're not going to approve it.
No, but we could also.
I'm not asking them to fucking pay for anything. They won't give me therapy. I'm working against the VA to survive. Fuck you guys.
Okay, well, we can't change that.
Yeah, but
We're just passing along. We're the
Respect.
yeah.
Respect. Evidently the VA's incompetence is so horrific that I'm going to have to sign back up for fucking Medicare, find a civilian doctor, and then use the civilian doctors to squash the fucking VA.
Yeah, and I was gonna tell you on the next request for the mental health appointment.
Yeah.
I can get you a VVC for mental health through the VA. And again, I'm just telling you what you told me on Monday what you wanted, so I reached out to all the services. They said at this time the only option, I'm just reading it verbatim, for mental health is at the VA with VVC. The 2 community care providers terminated your services at the first visit when you used the community care per what it said. So at this time, they're only allowing mental health for VVC at the VA.
Hey, do we have
If you
reason?
wanna do that,
No,
I
yeah,
can
that's
set it
fine.
up.
Yeah, sign me up for anything the VA is going to do. We're going to run the program. We're just going to say it's a poor program. We're going to evaluate it. But my question to you is,
So you want,
yeah, any and everything. My question to you is the community care that canceled me on the first appointments, right? The first one sent me an email that said I failed to show up, even though I was there for an hour and a half. And then the second one failed to give me any reason as to why they're severing care. So why don't you go ahead and explain to me why that happened?
What is the person that they said that they denied it?
yeah, so primary care denied it, but if we can get them a mental health appointment, maybe we can get that for mental health.
They denied the mental health community care?
That's what was reported to our supervisor, that he can't have community care mental health, that he can have mental health through the VA. But
So
it has to
the
be
VA won't
VVC.
pay for.
No.
So the VA won't provide and won't pay for, right? I'm a troubled veteran that has caused no issues for anybody, but I react poorly when people cause issues for me.
I'm setting it up
The
right
goal is what?
for you right now. I'm setting up a mental health VVC for you, okay?
All right.
So I'm getting, as we're talking here, I'm getting that set up so we can get
All
that
right.
knocked out.
So we can anticipate a ramping up of crisis calls. Now, if you notice, when I was able to provide my own care, those went down significantly, right?
And you haven't used the crisis line in over a month.
No, I used it over the last 2 days.
Oh, the other day, yes.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
that.
No.
That was March.
Yeah, so when I could provide my own care and take care of things, not only were things better for me, but they were better for my community, right? And the VA has decided that they're going to do everything in their power to make sure that I don't get the care necessary. So I'm going to have to find a way to work around the VA while still working with the VA to have all this documented so that the appropriate parties can be held accountable and this doesn't happen to other veterans moving forward. That's the goal.
Trudy's gonna make a VVC appointment.
Yeah. I'm working on that right now for you.
All right, so let's disconnect. I'm going to go to the courthouse and take care of business.
I don't know anything else in your notes.
No, that's all I have. I was gonna tell you though that if something does happen next week, are you, just so I can get the clock going, are you interested in transitional living at all?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's better than jail.
Okay.
All right. Thank you kindly, guys.
Transition.
Sorry for yelling. We hit a trigger point. Sorry. Bye-bye.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye-bye.
That's crazy. They deny that they don't want you to. They want to keep you within their funnel
and have complete control
Yeah.
over the narrative.
Yep.
Yep.
It's fucking crazy.